wild boar is a common animal that currently lives in 49 states of the United States, excluding Hawaii. They often appear in rural and forested areas, showing strong adaptation to their American habitat. However, feral pigs actually cause serious problems. Leave number 1 if you're willing to join us in this video. First, they are omnivore, which means they can harm the habitats of other species. Wild pigs not only eat grass and plants, but also hunt small animals, causing a significant imbalance in the natural ecosystem. This not only affects biodiversity, but also creates great challenges for farmers and growers. Additionally, wild pigs have the ability to transmit dangerous diseases, such as swine fever and African anthrax, which threaten the life and health of both humans and wildlife. This problem poses a serious challenge to the management and control of feral pig populations in agricultural and forested areas. Wild boars not only cause damage to the natural environment, but also bring serious economic and safety problems to people. Their intrusion into agricultural areas has created a situation of food thieves who not only steal agricultural products, but also cause significant damage to valuable properties. Crop statistics show that wild boars cause annual damage of up to $1.7 billion USD to the U.S. agricultural industry. This not only causes economic loss for communities and local governments, but also affects infrastructure, such as roads and drainage systems. This creates significant pressure on budgets and urban development. A wild pig blocked a car, jumped straight into the car, threatened people, then ran away. As in this situation, it also risked its life to run after the car.
Even at the amusement park, a wild boar blatantly attacked a young man while he was skiing here.
Statistics show that each year an average of about 200 people are attacked by wild boars in the U.S., creating extremely serious safety problems in the community.
This poses a major challenge in managing and controlling the wild pig population to ensure safety for people and the environment.
Female wild boars can breed twice a year, giving birth to 4 to 12 cubs each time, leading to a rapid increase in wild pig populations and creating great pressure to control them. Hunting is the most common method of controlling feral pig populations in the U.S. today. However, it should be realized that this measure has limited effectiveness due to the rapid reproduction ability of wild boars. Each year, hunters in the U.S. catch about 2 million wild boars. However, their numbers continue to increase, posing a major challenge to the environment and communities. To improve the effectiveness of hunting measures, government intervention is necessary, including stricter regulations on hunting activities. Hunters must have a license and comply with regulations. Regulations of wild boar hunting. Facing the hunter's pursuit,
The wild boars, with the ability to flexibly adapt to all conditions, quickly swam across the fast-flowing water and ran quickly to escape the hunter and hunting dogs. The wild pigs quickly ran up the mountainside to escape. However, just one shot was able to defeat them. These measures may relate to the time, location, and method of hunting to ensure that hunting does not cause unwanted impacts on wild boar populations and the natural environment. At the same time, it is necessary to find additional and more effective control measures, such as reducing the reproductive rate of wild pigs or promoting population monitoring programs to catch the problem early and control the pig population. Wild in the United States.
This animal is native to Alaska, and about 75% of hunters come to this state because their antlers bring economic value. It is predicted that by 2022, there will be about 176,000 deer living in Alaska, of which about 57% will be males. Each person is licensed to hunt 1 to 4 animals during the hunt. During the hunting season, violating the regulations on the number of hunts within the allowed range may result in a fine. This is especially important to avoid serious errors, because violations can lead to criminal prosecution and even prison sentences. If you feel this information is useful, please leave number 2 in the comments section. Currently, most hunters who come to Alaska target male elk. This is because hunting regulations are often aimed at sustainable management of elk populations, especially targeting males, helping hunters control the population and prevent overpopulation of the species. Additionally, males are often larger in size and have more antlers than females, making them more attractive to trophy hunters. Hunters gain more respect and excitement when they capture elk with their attractive antlers. They often have to climb high mountains in harsh weather to search for prey. Currently, there are about 35,000 mountain goats living in Alaska, and about 615 are caught by hunters each year. Of all the invasive species, which animal are you most concerned about? What invasive species do you think need to be controlled right now?
Underground and in vast areas of wild rabbitweed, the presence of wild rabbits is widespread throughout Australia, especially concentrated in the agricultural grasslands and suburbs. It is estimated that there are currently about 200 million wild rabbits, causing the Australian government to introduce many measures to deal with their wild invasion. Every time a female rabbit gives birth, this number increases rapidly. At each birth, a female rabbit can give birth to 5 to 10 baby rabbits, and they are often sacrificed under the grass to ensure the safety of the population. This rapid increase has caused many challenges in containing rabbit populations. To address this situation, the government has allowed controlled hunting. Hunters often use devices with heat sensors to monitor rabbit activity at night in the field. When they spot a rabbit, they proceed to hunt quietly and quickly. Hunting skills are carefully honed, as the rabbit is capable of running and jumping very quickly. After slaughter, the rabbits were collected from the field after a week of continuous hunting. Each year, rabbit hunting in Australia reduces their numbers by about 20 to 30%, making it one of the most effective methods of dealing with the wild rabbit problem. The Australian government and people have taken special measures to deal with this situation, as wild rabbits gradually become a serious problem, causing many negative impacts on agriculture and the environment. Among the measures implemented, setting traps for hunting dogs and trapping cages has become popular and very effective. These are simple but effective means of controlling wild rabbit populations, helping to protect Australia's lands and agricultural resources. The woven trap method is considered the most common method of dealing with wild rabbits in Australia. Setting woven traps is simple and is usually done in areas with high rabbit densities such as grasslands and bushes. Although this is an easy and low-cost approach, it also has its disadvantages. Some limitations of woven traps include that they are not as effective as cage traps and have the potential to injure rabbits. Hunting dogs are used as an important tool in detecting and chasing rabbits. They are trained to detect rabbits, and when detected, They signal the hunter by barking. Then, hunters use woven traps or guns to catch rabbits. Greyhounds have the ability to lead hunters to where rabbits are hiding, increasing their chances of catching them. Although cage traps are considered a more effective method than woven traps, the cost to deploy cage traps is often higher. The cage trapping method works on the principle that the rabbit is kept in a cage while trying to eat food placed inside the cage. Although cage traps are more effective and do not injure rabbits, they require more technology and cost more than woven traps. The combination of hound traps and cage traps has been shown to be an effective method of dealing with wild rabbits in Australia. Wicker traps are placed in handheld areas to attract rabbits, while hunting dogs are used to detect and chase rabbits. When rabbits are triggered, trap cages will be used to catch them. This combination not only increases efficiency, but also helps significantly reduce the number of wild rabbits in Australia. It is estimated that this method can catch about 120 million rabbits each year in Australia. If you have experience using feral rabbit treatment methods in your area, please share your thoughts in the comments section below. One notable example is an outdoor cattle farm, an environment that faces threats from wolves. Farmers rose up and joined forces to fight these wolves, with vital support from cattle hunters. They promptly discovered the situation and prepared the necessary equipment, took advantage of hidden locations behind the cow feed area, and began to observe the wolves accurately and carefully to ensure safety for cows. Through each battle, they took down wolves one by one, helping to reduce pressure from the wolf population and protect their farms and livestock. In particular, wolf hunts at night have proven highly effective, minimizing risks to cows. This place is still considered the best solution to protect farms and livestock, a testament to the determination and resilience of farmers and hunters in dealing with the threat of wolves. Shepherd farms have suffered significant damage from wolf attacks, but this news also testifies to the solidarity and determination of the farming community in dealing with this danger. Measures to prevent wolf intrusion and protect farms and livestock include building sturdy fences around the farm to protect livestock from wild wolves. Farmers regularly check areas attacked by wolves. Bears are strong and popular animals among wildlife. They have a habit of eating different types of nuts, depending on the type of bear. With the rapid increase in numbers, they have to go to farms in search of food. Therefore, it has promoted the development of safe and effective bear hunting methods in order to protect farms and residential areas from their intrusion.
Hey! Hey!
Brown bears and black bears frequently invade, and they enjoy eating chia seeds, pine nuts, walnuts, and hazelnuts. This hobby has created a unique opportunity to use them as bait to control bear populations and ensure the safety of populated areas and farms. For proper hunting, hanging grain bins is indispensable. The wedges are hung about 2 to 3 mouse above the ground so that the beer is not easily accessible and avoids attracting unwanted animals. It is also important to place them out of sight of people and livestock. Choose areas with many bears to increase your chances of successful hunting. In the darkness of the night, the gentle footsteps of hunting dogs echoed in the peaceful space, their shiny eyes glowing in the darkness. Suddenly, the shadowy silhouette of a large bear appeared high in the canopy, stretching out to face the moon's dim light. The hunting dog felt agitated and began to bark loudly to signal the hunter. When hunting bears during the day, sniper rifles are common weapons used for bear hunting, often equipped with scopes for increased accuracy and performance. Hunters' clothing also plays an important role in the bear hunting process, as wearing camouflage helps them avoid being detected by bears and makes it easier to approach them without attracting attention. If you're not careful, they will attack you like this. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, on average, about 10,000 bears are killed by humans in the U.S. each year, of which about 20% are due to the participation of hunters. Some popular bear hunting areas in the U.S. include forests in Alaska, Montana, Idaho, California, Colorado, and Wyoming, as well as coastal areas in Oregon and Washington, such as the famous Glacier National Forest in Montana, hunting with many types of bears' favorite nuts. To deal with the invasion of wild bears and protect farms or residential areas, one of the most effective and safe measures is to use cage traps. Traps are an important tool in controlling bear populations without the use of weapons. Safe capture and control of bear traps also allows environmental managers and professional hunters to capture bears without harming wildlife. It provides an effective method to remove bears from invasive areas and ensure the safety of the public and livestock. Before ending this video, one last question. Which wildlife species are you most affected by in your area? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you have any specific solutions, please share them for us to discuss.
Invasive crickets are becoming an increasingly serious problem on U.S. farms, especially as they damage crops and dig up soil to build nests. This is an omnivorous animal capable of consuming a variety of foods from crops to grass, even plastic. Their ability to reproduce rapidly increases pressure on agriculture, as they can lay up to 1,000 eggs at a time. Crickets not only harm vegetable and fruit trees, but also create difficulties when digging soil to build nests, with holes up to 1 meter in diameter and 1 meter deep. Land subsidence areas created by invasive crickets can be dangerous to both humans and animals. The impact of invasive crickets on agriculture in the United States cannot be underestimated, with estimates of up to $100 million in losses per year, creating a significant economic burden on the agricultural industry. Initially appearing in California in 2016, the invasive cricket species has rapidly expanded to the states of California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado, and is likely to continue to spread to other areas of the United States. They often live in wet and warm areas such as near rivers, lakes, and swamps. However, they are not only limited to rural areas, but can also appear in urban areas, causing many nuisances from traffic congestion to the risk of traffic accidents and other adverse effects. Negative impact on the human living environment. Invasive crickets are not limited to nesting in natural environments, but also invaded human habitations, creating nests under objects such as rocks and wood, and even entering infrastructure such as sewers and buildings. This action not only harms the plants they have chosen, but also creates noise and unpleasant impacts for residents, creating a daily burden and causing significant damage to agriculture and the environment in the United States, and also causes health-related problems. Reducing the cricket's food source, thereby achieving effective control of their numbers in the natural environment. Crickets are omnivores and can enjoy a variety of foods, from grass to even plastic when they are raised for food. They consume food sources that humans and other creatures do not like, such as vegetable parts on top of fruit or fruit peels and residue. This seed not only helps reduce their food source in the natural environment, but also limits the significant increase in cricket populations and additionally processes crickets into products such as flour, meat, and oil. These products not only enrich human and animal food sources, but also reduce pressure on other food sources such as beef, chicken, and fish, This also helps control cricket populations in natural environments in the United States. The strategy of raising crickets and harvesting them to control cricket populations has been implemented since the 2010s, starting in areas where crickets cause the most problems, such as California, Arizona, and Nevada. This strategy has been effective in reducing cricket invasion and supporting natural environmental balance. In the last few years, California's invasive cricket population has declined by about 50%, largely thanks to a reduction in their food sources in the wild. I want to ask you a question. What would you do if you encountered this invasive species of cricket? Please share your solution below in the comments section. In the United States, the solution to controlling invasive cricket populations often involves using a variety of pesticides, including powders and gels. However, these pesticides often contain ingredients such as pyrethroids, organophosphates, and neonicotinoids, which can be harmful to human and animal health. As for cricket control, pesticides should be used carefully. In addition to commercial pesticides, there are a number of solutions from common household products that can be applied. Wearing protective gear such as gloves, masks, and goggles is also important to avoid exposure to pesticides. Other preventative measures include spraying indoor seeds in areas where this invasive cricket species is present. Kangaroos, the largest marsupials in the world, are also an integral part of the Australian ecosystem with an estimated population of up to 50 million individuals. The main characteristic of kangaroos is their habit of eating grass, leaves, and fruits, often appearing in environments such as forests, grasslands, and parks. However, the presence of kangaroos also brings with it many challenges and problems, especially in invading farms and attacking humans. The kangaroo's habit of eating grass and leaves on farms causes significant damage to Australian agriculture, with losses estimated at up to $100 million annually. In addition, the appearance of kangaroos on the streets also creates worrying risks for local people. Every year, according to statistics, about 200 people are injured in traffic accidents related to the appearance of kangaroos. This poses a challenge for both road users and road safety programs. electric fences have been proven to be an effective way to prevent kangaroos from entering parts of Australia. The farms are capable of generating electricity strong enough to repel them, and this fence not only prevents the destruction of vegetation, but also reduces the risk of traffic accidents caused by kangaroos. According to a study from the University of New South Wales, the electric fence system reduced damage caused to crops by kangaroos by up to 90%. This not only protects agricultural resources, but also reduces pressure on farmers. At the same time, electric fences play an important role in maintaining traffic safety and reducing the risk of collisions with other objects. When it comes to cost, solar electric fences may initially seem like an expensive solution. However, according to research by the Australian Energy Agency, the operating cost of this type of fence can be reduced by up to 80% compared to traditional electric fences. This shows that despite the high initial cost, solar electric fences are still a reasonable and sustainable investment in long-term fencing around fields and residential areas. In addition, this area plays an important role in preventing the invasion of kangaroo populations by creating physical fences and limiting their visibility. People help protect people's living space and food sources, while contributing to maintaining ecological balance and protecting biodiversity. Ongoing kangaroo hunting is considered the most effective and popular method of controlling their population in Australia. Professional hunters carry out this activity at night, reduce the risk, and each year, about 5 million kangaroos are targeted for this hunting activity, helping to maintain a balance between them and their habitat. Their habitats need to be protected, which helps prevent the destruction of agriculture, especially during periods when kangaroos are searching for food. Reducing the risk of traffic accidents and collisions with kangaroos is also an important part of minimizing risks and maintaining environmental balance. It is very important to comply with hunting rules and regulations. Hunters need to have a valid license and use appropriate equipment, as well as follow safety rules. The Australian government is monitoring and controlling hunting activities, prioritizing areas with high numbers of kangaroos. Although hunting is an effective measure, the Australian government is researching and looking for increasingly more effective and sustainable ways to control kangaroo populations in the future. Kangaroo parks in Australia are an important part of the established region and need to be maintained. with the goal of protecting kangaroos from hunting and maintaining their habitat. Many famous conservation parks in Australia have been established. DB National Park Bella, located on the outskirts of Canberra, Australia's capital, is a major destination for many species of kangaroos such as red kangaroos, grey kangaroos, and wallaby kangaroos. Another notable reserve is Kangaroo Island Conservation Park, located on Kangaroo Island, a coastal island in southern Australia that is also home to many important kangaroos. Introducing kangaroos into reserves and national parks not only helps control their populations, but also creates safe and healthy living conditions. According to Australian government estimates, about 10% of kangaroo species are conserved in national parks and reserves, which is not only a quantitative achievement but also an important effort to protect rare animals from serious threats. In the Australian context, the problem of invasive kangaroos has a negative impact on the surrounding environment, especially given their ability to escape and compete with native animals. The high jumping ability and agility of kangaroos pose a major risk, as they can easily escape and become members of the wild, causing an invasion. To minimize the risk of kangaroos entering their homes, Australians should follow measures such as not keeping kangaroos in their homes and keeping them in a safe environment to avoid escape. Disinfection to prevent reproduction is also an important measure. In addition, it is important to be highly aware of the problem of kangaroos entering the community and to report their presence immediately. Local authorities need to take timely measures to prevent the growth of kangaroos. These solutions have been effective in preventing the spread of invasive kangaroo species. Do you believe there is a better solution? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to share this video to raise awareness about this issue. Hi everybody! Worldwide, millions of feral pigs currently exist, including about 30% in the United States. Their strong adaptability has caused much damage to the agricultural economy and urban infrastructure. Now, we need cooperation from American farmers and hunters to solve this problem. Please leave number 1 if you are ready to explore this content with us. Let's watch this entire video to better understand the situation. The damage that wild boars cause to American farmers is huge. Are you curious about their characteristics? Wild pigs have been an invasive species since the 16th century when they were introduced to the United States by European settlers for hunting purposes. Today, they have spread everywhere and become a big problem for both farmers and the general public. Some states in the U.S., such as Texas, have the largest wild boar populations, with millions living in the wild and reproducing rapidly. Each litter can give birth to 10 to 12 cubs. Breeding season usually takes place in spring and summer. In winter, with thick fur and large bodies, wild boars can withstand the harsh weather in this area. Due to their aggressive nature, they can attack humans when they feel threatened. Their favorite foods include grass roots and fruits, usually traveling in herds in search of food. They move through forests or grasslands. The weight of each wild boar can range from 100 to 300 pounds, depending on age and sex. The feral hog invasion has caused serious damage to both rural and urban Americans. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, damage caused by wild pigs to the U.S. agricultural industry could reach $1.6 billion USD annually in 2019. A group of an estimated 400 feral hogs damaged over 100 acres of cornfields in Texas, causing a loss of up to 200 million acres. In addition, wild boars have also begun to invade urban areas in search of food and water. Power lines and water pipes are often damaged and interrupted, causing anxiety and insecurity in the community. Assembling a buster trap to catch invasive wildlife species is a simple and effective solution. These traps often catch large numbers, helping to control wild boar populations more effectively. Farmers often set traps in areas where wild pigs frequent, such as roads or near water sources, and that trap can be set up alone every year. The number of wild pigs decreases significantly, so set up trap buster board puts it first. On a piece of flat, stable ground, dig a hole around the trap about 12 inches deep and 6 inches wider than the trap. Next, secure the trap by tying a cape or chain to one of the stationary stakes and tying the other end of the rope to a sturdy post, about 3 to 6 inches away from the trap, making sure the rope serves as a dot to hold the trap. Then, place bait in the trap to attract wild boars. Strong-smelling bait is considered advisable, and effective trap maintenance is recommended by replenishing bait as needed and repairing or replacing any damaged parts. once the trap has been set for a certain period of time. Farmers will collect and process the captured wild boars, often taking them to veterinary facilities or factories. In Texas and many states in the United States, gun hunting is a popular activity enjoyed by many hunters, usually taking place during the day when there is enough light to observe prey. The shooting range usually ranges from a few dozen inches, and they can shoot accurately and effectively. Each hunting trip usually yields a significant number of wild boar during the hunt. Many people will also incorporate hunting dogs into their activities. These dogs are specially trained to attract and hunt wild prey, capable of detecting and guiding hunters to their prey. They often have better sensory and smell abilities than regular dogs, helping to detect herds of forest worms from afar. Cooperation between humans and hunting dogs has been proven to be highly effective in hunting. After the conclusion of the hunting expedition, the collection and processing of wild boar is an important matter. Although some farmers have processed wild boar into food for their families, using wild boar as food is controversial in terms of health safety. They can carry infectious diseases such as hepatitis E, endangering human health and facing opposition from some people who condemn the practice as inhumane and harmful to wildlife. While hunting may be seen as a means of population control, many people also worry about the sustainability of wild boar in the natural environment. What do you think about the feral hog problem causing damage to Texans? Leave a comment of 1 if you agree with this solution, and a comment of 0 if you disagree about Texans managing wild pigs.